6, North Carolina leaders are struggling to keep an essential worker on the job.
Yeah, tonight at 6, we are talking about teachers. They are leaving the classroom behind for several reasons, including pay, and a new controversial proposal right now is working to be able to change that. Right now, teachers across the state make an average of $53,000 a year, just $5,000 more than the state's minimum living wage. Teachers entering the classroom straight out of college right now earn about $37,000 a year. Well, a new plan would put more money in educators' pockets, but those raises would be based off of their performance. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy live in Union County tonight. Robin, the superintendent there has some concerns about this plan.
Right, Alicia. The plan to pilot merit-based teacher pay just passed an advisory commission to the State Board of Education in North Carolina. But the superintendent here in Union County Public Schools worries that that plan might not be the right choice to help bring in more teachers and keep them in schools.
And she said, not me.
North Carolina, like other states, is scrambling to get people to choose to be public school teachers.
I'm all for rewarding our teachers. They deserve everything we can give to them.
But Union County Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Andrew Houlihan does not agree with a plan currently under consideration to link teachers' base salary with their performance in the classroom.
When you're tying base pay to different kinds of criteria like student growth, which is called EVOS, principal and assistant principal evaluations, which can be very subjective sometimes, when you're tying that into things like student surveys and that becomes your base pay, what we've learned from the way that our principal salaries are being implemented by the state is from year to year, your salary can change.
State Superintendent Republican Catherine Truitt was not available for an interview Wednesday, but she told the Council of State earlier this month in Raleigh that the merit-based pay plan should help get younger teachers in the door because they can see a path for growth and advancement.
Right now, we compensate teachers on two things: years of experience and degrees held. And the research tells us that neither one of those things actually impacts student outcomes. So we need to have a new kind of teacher pay plan.
Teachers stand to make more under the performance pay plan. Dr. Houlihan says the state can still raise the current starting teacher base salary of $37,000 a year across the board and keep that separate from merit pay.
If you want to reward teachers for their performance, please do that, but do that as a bonus.
Now, the State Board of Education would first have to approve that pilot plan, and then the General Assembly would have to fund it before any school districts in North Carolina could volunteer to test it out. Live in Union County, Robin Kennedy, Queen City News.
A more than $3 billion surplus in the state of North Carolina could also put more money in teachers' pockets. A new revenue forecast agreed upon by General Assembly staff economists and Governor Roy Cooper's budget office projects the state will take in more than $33 billion in the fiscal year ending in June. And that's a $3.25 billion above what was anticipated. Teacher raises are being considered as leaders figure out what to do with that extra money. Governor Cooper says the surplus is needed to pay educators more and fund our schools.